Hey guys, it's me, Typically Wrestling here. Real quick, before we start the pay-per-view, there was a bit of a fuck-up. And I think, I forget if I didn't mention, I didn't upload the update video. Goes to show me. Basically, I had an angle booked on the show, and then I was like, oh shit, because I do the skins for the pay-per-views, like the color correct and color-coded ones. I was like, oh shit, so I got the green skin. And I guess it didn't save when I exited out because there was supposed to be an angle for the tag titles. The match was never going to happen at this pay-per-view. It would have been a swerve, and you would have been like, "Oh my god, you swerved this one," and like cringe and shit. Uh, so basically, the Motor City Machine Guns they just ambush them and they beat the fuck out of them to where it's like, oh, they can't like wrestle tonight. So just to be assholes. I'm not sure why it fucked up, but there you go. Now let's get back to the actual pay-per-view. Hello, Seinfeld jokes, and welcome to Survivor Series 2013. And we got a pretty big card. I can't even fucking speak. Unlike some other Chicago YouTuber, Waka Waka. But no, we have a huge night. It's the second big 4 pay-per-view in the series so far, and it shapes up to be one. I'm going to run through the card, so if you run through the card, I might put I'll put a timestamp in the description to change, so you don't listen, or I'll put in the comments, I'm sorry. So listen to me just run through the card, you already know the fucking card. We have Wade Barrett, Alex Riley, street fight. Alex Riley becoming unhinged, wants to prove himself, so he's looking for a fight, and he found one in Wade Barrett after he's been bullied one too many times. Team Sheamus versus Team Suzuki Odds. This is also the order they're going to appear, by the way. Sheamus, obviously, fucking absolutely depressed that Oz stole his fucking Money in the Bank contract and can no longer cash it in. Suzuki fucking around with this Del Rio, Swagger, and Henry. So the kind of old school WWE wrestlers, not really old school, but that sports entertainment feel of the PG era has combined to take on the very awkward and weird new generation of, a fucking wizard, Minoru Suzuki, and Zack Ryder, Samoa Joe. Yujiro Takahashi versus Austin Aries, U.S. title for NXT title. Not a unification, but to decide whoever becomes the first double champion. Austin Aries says he wants to win all the fucking belts, so he's going to try to win all the fucking belts. Speaking of all the belts, you have Colt Cabana, Drew McIntyre, and Sin Cara all going at it for the IC title. Three-way. Drew McIntyre's kind of been on a slump recently. Kind of been too aggressive. He needs to tone it down. Can he tone it down for this match? We have Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt, the rubber match. Spooky sports entertainment versus actual technical wrestling. Astrid Dunla, formerly known as Bucky Nova, Beth Phoenix, Velvet, and AJ Lee fatal 4-way for the women's title. We have Sting and The Undertaker, first time ever, both careers on the line. The Rock and John Cena, not literally but figuratively, The Rock puts his career on the line as John Cena. He steps in the ring with him, a man who's almost killed him and also literally killed Ryback in our canon. And then we have the main event, Survivor Series 5-on-5, the Dynasty versus Team Austin. The winner gets complete control of Monday Night Raw. Well, not literally, but more like, if the Dynasty win, Austin has bad face and he should probably leave anyway. And the Dynasty win, they just look like fucking morons, all things considered. The Dynasty trying to push in their power that they've recently just gotten, all things there. And that is our main event. Let's just jump right into the pay-per-view. We do have a pre-show. We have a pre-show in which the Shield, the team of Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns, defeat Suzuki Gun, Trent Beretta, Justin Gabriel, and Roderick Strong when Dean Ambrose hits Dirty Deeds onto Roderick Strong in 10:31. And we have the opening pay-per-view intro package and the theme, How I Feel by Flo Rida, which is a really good theme for the Survivor Series, considering that this is one of the few early WWE pay-per-views if you want to, I think I've said it before, but I really got into WWE, like watched it regularly. I had liked wrestling, but I wouldn't call it like, like I guess if like wrestling means you're watching every week, I wasn't really, but it was something I enjoyed with my dad. I still do. Uh, and we watch, we try to watch every show just because, it's something we can do together. We don't have the biggest, like, not relationship problem. We just don't have a lot of combining interests just due to age difference and shit like that. But we like watching that, and he's not a boomer when it comes to wrestling. But we did watch this one together. It ate shit. I fucking hate Survivor Series 2013. So hopefully we do better. And I'm just gonna put this out right now as we get in. I hate to take so much time, but once we hit the matches, we'll be going faster. Some of the matches, I'm just gonna talk about the match, and then I'm gonna try to give my description a silly tuck-esque thing, not just to copy that, but because I want to actually tell the story in that, or at least try to tell the more story. But we'll get into that when we get into that. But our first kind of segment after this is, as soon as that happens, Wade Barrett and Alex Riley just start beating the fuck out of each other. They literally go to the ring, no entrances. They're fighting. It's the WWE spot. They've got weapons. They've got they've got rage in their blood. And all these things. Alex Riley unhinged, Wade Barrett in a street fight to open the show. And at a 90A, I did not expect an A at all from this, considering Alex Riley. But Alex Riley pulls it together for a match rating, but he doesn't, unfortunately, get the win. His losing ways continue when Wade Barrett defeats Alex Riley in a street fight by using I don't know why a foreign object would be used. I'd like to say that, maybe... I'm trying to think. Maybe perhaps there's like something that you normally wouldn't use. Like a low blow with like a kendo stick, like hits him right in the dick. There's no way you're recovering from that. Then he hits the waistland to secure the win. So he had to kind of cheat necessarily. I had it a tainted victory. I didn't know what it actually would say, but I'm just gonna roll with it. But Wade Barrett. The story amazingly is Wade Barrett just too much for Alex Riley. As of now, maybe Alex Riley can put some respect on that name and get a little better. And our next match is Suzuki Gun, or Suzuki Oz, I should say. You caught me slipping there. Versus Team Sheamus. Not really going to do... I'm going to do the same thing. For this match, we're just going to jump right into it to see how it goes. In an 87B+, I was worried about some of the grades. This did way fucking better, all things considered. Of course, the heat went down a little bit, but what can you say? In a decent match, Minoru Suzuki Oz pick up the win over Team Sheamus. I don't have the who would get eliminated, so I'm just kind of reading on. So we'll just go with it. Shockingly, Samoa Joe eliminated first. If I had to change that, it probably would be like, Oz. Jack Swagger then eliminated. Minoru Suzuki goes, then Oz. And then, holy shit, I just realized, I do like this canon actually, because Zack Ryder, the boy, the ultimate legend, picks up the ultimate win. This book way better than... Did he perform the best in this match? He fucking did, my boy. And he's improving, my boy Zach is the great. He takes out Sheamus, Mark Henry, and Del Rio all by himself. He says, get the fuck out of here, nerds. He picks up the win for Team Suzuki Odds. Sheamus is left to be depressed for another day. And let me check my card here. That did that. This is my first time, seeing this, so it was really fucking nuts. I did have to repeat the kind of intro segment because I forgot to book something and I wasn't recording. But after that, oh no, it's just the ankle. So we have the Tokyo Pimp, Yujiro Takahashi, making his way to the ring. His army of just scantily clad, leathered chicks accompanying him to the ring. Completely politically incorrect, but it's 2013. Who gives a shit? He is making his way down to take on Austin Aries. I assume this match hasn't happened. I'm not a big indie historian, so, I probably could have just looked on Cage Match, but, I'm a fucking dipshit. But, I like to imagine this, because Yujiro's not the strongest of, like strong style, but for 2013, he's definitely is considered fucking strong style. I'll tell you that. And then you have Austin Aries, who's again not the flippiest guy. They're kind of more grounded individuals in their kind of styles, at least from how like my perspective. Maybe someone else is like, no, you're fucking full of shit, whatever. These two are grounded, and that kind of helps to go into a match with one another, especially when both of their titles on the line. Yujiro just got his U.S. title, and Austin Aries has not been featured as much as he should, I believe, as the NXT champion, and he's looking to correct that wrong by winning the U.S. title. Who is going to win? In an 87B, a little bit too much for Yujiro Takahashi, both in performance and in the match, because Austin Aries makes Yujiro tap out with last chancery, and Austin Aries makes defense number 3 of the NXT title, and he wins the United States title. Austin Aries is a double champion in the WWE, and I'm just gonna go right here just to see. I was seeing if it was match length. I guess match length is for the main event matches, or ones that would be considered caliber of that. But yeah, no, really fucking good match from these two guys. I swear a lot. I don't give a shit. I was about to say I should not do that, but I don't care. But all things considered, here we go. And our next match is going to be Colt Cabana versus Drew McIntyre, Sin Cara. Just get right into it. 83, a little disappointing, but considering, I understand, especially because of how the booking had to be for some of the matches. Good wrestling, decent reaction. Colt Cabana defeats Drew McIntyre. He has to get the pin on Sin Cara, though. And that's the main story, I would say, for this match, is Drew is a fucking monster, so Colt Cabana tries to work over Sin Cara, as well as Drew McIntyre. They're both even, level-headed individuals, so they're trying to go for the clearly weaker link. But Colt Cabana does get the Colt 45 and makes defense number 2 of his Intercontinental title. Rest in peace, Ryback the boy. And I just stabbed myself with something that was on the floor of my thing. I don't even know what it is, but it hurt for a second. this whole recording session is going to shit. And after the match, Drew McIntyre, he looks pissed. He looks like, and this was a pretty decently long match, and pretty intense. So Colt Cabana's obviously tired. Sin Cara's obviously out, and he looks like maybe he's gonna attack Colt Cabana, but Drew, he breathes and he goes, you know what? Fine. I got you. And he rolls out the ring and he says, he just looks like more calmer, this is no Scottish psychopath. It's a man who needs to kind of know when to play his cards right. I guess that's what I'm going for. I had no idea what I'm looking for. I have an idea of where Drew McIntyre is going, just with this character. This whole kind of storyline, I was just like, hey, that'd be funny if I put that in a promo. Or not funny, but that'd be cool if I put that in a promo and then didn't know where to go with it. But before I end it next, God damn it, if I put my phone down one more time so I can't read the damn schedule, I'm going to look like an asshole. No, we don't. We have... Dang it, next segment. We have Bray Wyatt coming out to the ring for his match with Daniel Bryan. Bray Wyatt is on a warpath against the Yes Movement, but it seems to have only made it stronger, and now it's, fight or flight for these two guys. Bray Wyatt has had an interesting 2013. He came in as the U.S. champion during WrestleMania, lost it to Yujiro Takahashi, and his stable, there's so many stables on Raw, it's kind of hard for him to get dominance, but he's still been a very keen player. Bray Wyatt, kind of looking for something to kind of do there. He's set out as this warpath, especially against Daniel Bryan, after Daniel Bryan, proved him wrong. He basically fucked up everything. He fucked up his King of the Ring, he fucked up, all the matches, he fucked up his SummerSlam, and now we have the rubber match. And Daniel Bryan comes out with the entrance fully in the Yes gimmick. We've ascended to that point. Daniel Bryan, it's his moment. 2013, he said it's his year, and he's not won a title yet, but it's pretty impressive, all things considered. And he is going out there to make a statement, and this match is very much kind of, I would say, I like to keep Bray strong. Bray definitely looks good, but Daniel Bryan just outmaneuvers him at every turn he can. If there's any point in time where Daniel Bryan can lock onto a limb or just go into a submission or just take it to Bray Wyatt when he's least expecting, especially every time Well, no, actually, I was gonna say every time he does the gimmick shit, but the gimmick doing that would kind of diminish the gimmick. The gimmick shit does work on Daniel Bryan, but every time it comes down to the wrestling, it's all Daniel Bryan. And he does pick up in a superb 99A star match. Again, it's if this is your first time viewing, I literally just said that in the last recording. I'm an actual idiot. It's obviously converted mod, so they're inflated. But still, this match, the one on Royal Rumble, I remember, was really good. Daniel Bryan wins the rubber match by making Bray tap out to the yes lock. The movement is successful, and we are in the Daniel Bryan era, or at least the start of it, hopefully. What lays in Daniel Bryan's future, we have to see. Actually, Daniel Bryan getting a 91 and Bray Wyatt a 94, but hopefully that pop goes good in Bray Wyatt's favor. And let me see the thing so I can actually see the match. And then next up we have Astra Dunla, Beth Phoenix, Velvet, and AJ Lee. And this whole match basically revolves around AJ Lee trying her best, struggling internally to retain this Divas title. She's facing Velvet, who I don't think she's faced before in the series, or at least in a kind of match. They probably had some kind of fatal forward thing. I think I booked one because I'm an idiot now that I say that. I really need to stop improvising these things and prepare more. But, we'll get to that. But Beth Phoenix, she's fought before, but is a very strong opponent. But the main thing is none of them are ready really for Astra Dunla, who has been in the WWE for a bit, has been growing this coven, this kind of Wyatt family-esque stable, and now has fully enveloped into the title scene. She's come out like a rocket. She's, on her way. She wants that title like all these other women do. And clearly does mind games and that unfamiliarity take their toll. Beth Phoenix, Velvet, and AJ Lee all struggling to kind of keep up with her. But they eventually start to team up, gang up on her to try to curb that influence. But it's not enough, as in a pretty decent match considering all the booking I had to do. AJ Lee loses her title to Astra Dunla. She had to cheat with the handful of tights on the Velvet, but regardless, Astra Dunla picks up the win and wins the Divas title in a absolutely shocking match. We have, what does this mean for AJ Lee and her momentum? What does this mean for Dunla and the Coven's momentum? And how safe really is the Divas division? And next up we have one of the big ones, the big three matches, I guess you could say. Out comes Sting, and he's ready to fight The Undertaker. The match no one thought would ever happen. Mr. Non-WWE makes his entrance. A head, the symbol of WCW, an icon of TNA. Pretty much everything not WWE makes his entrance, in his career being on the line. You gotta wonder if nerves are gonna get to the man as he makes his way to fight The Undertaker, the top dog, the king of the yard, the phenom. He's The Undertaker. He is Mr. WWE. Maybe you like him, maybe you don't. I obviously like The Undertaker, but I'm not worshiping the guy. But there is no bigger symbol of WWE than him. Makes his way out to the ring. And this match is, I think I said it to once in a lifetime. I'm just going to spoil that right now. So if this fucking bombs. Obviously, they've never wrestled in these personas, but I don't know if TEW counts that or how that even works out. I assume they're also the Hall of Immortals. Like, there's no way that's not a thing. But, you have The Undertaker, you have Sting making their way down. This is a very spectacle-based match. They doing their classic moves. Maybe we see old school. I kind of doubt at this point we'd see it. But, he did. Well, no, I thought I was going to say he did at 29, but that was Punk. They worked me over on my mark. But, all these different segments, all these different classic nostalgia fest, and that's what is a nostalgia fest, because one of these guys is retiring, and I think we all know who is gonna do it. Wow, that fucking sucks. What was it? Okay, now I gotta go to the dirt sheet because I'm actually mad now. But The Undertaker taps out Sting, very fitting. Oh, I think it was because of the fucking match length. Undertaker taps out Sting with the Hell's Gate, and Sting's career comes to an end at the pay-per-view that brought us the birth of The Undertaker. Steve Borden's wrestling career is over. It's been a great run, but he just couldn't match The Undertaker. Now, why did this match fucking eat shit? Building the match. Odd heel face combination. Oh, wait, what? That's fucking stupid. Already at emotional high. Wait, what? I don't know. But yeah, no, all things considered, ADB, whatever, the right back match, got a less, so hopefully Sting doesn't get fucking car bombed by John Cena, after that. And speaking of that, we have, The Rock comes out to his normal, it's basically a Rock entrance. It's impressive enough I didn't feel like you need it. But, we have the police escorting, the mercenaries escorting John Cena to the ring. This gimmick, this is not a permanent thing in the gimmick. I'm just going to say, John Cena's kind of plateaued in his crazy shit. But John Cena, the man on a mission, a lot of men on missions on this pay-per-view, but I guess that's kind of wrestling in and of itself. The guy who wants to be the number one face, the icon, the literal symbol of professional wrestling. Not Hulk Hogan, not Sting, not The Undertaker, and certainly not The Rock. He made that clear at WrestleMania 29. He wanted that rematch to prove that he is the god, the ace of WWE and the sport itself. But now he's looking to correct that wrong here, and The Rock doing the same thing. It's very aggressive. The Rock, he fights aggressively in this match because John Cena ruined WrestleMania 29 for him. He had a chance to make a comeback. He had a chance. He ruined his life, basically, by costing him millions of dollars in medical and just loss of money he could have made networking on movies in Hollywood. He was so jealous, The Rock thinks, of his life that he actually had to basically try to murder the poor guy and left him in a hospital for months. And he wants to do the same thing to John Cena, and we already know John Cena is capable of doing that considering everything he's done. It's a very hard-hitting match. Think of their match. I think of the WrestleMania 28 match, but with a lot more aggressive. There's no cheating, really. There's no weapons. This is just two guys who want to prove that they're better than each other. An ultimate Haas fight. Obviously, not I wouldn't consider them Haas's, but you know the thing. But just like everybody else, The Rock falls to John Cena. Unbelievable match. John Cena defeats The Rock with an attitude adjustment. Defense number 8 of the World Heavyweight title. He's still the champ, and he is still, in his mind, at least now probably, the face of pro wrestling. And after this, The Rock is just, he's gone. He's just done. We need medical. There's no beatdown post-match. John Cena just walks out. He's done it. He's plateaued, as I said. He's achieved what he wanted. He is now the wrestling god, and The Rock is just a guy who's barely responding to medical staff, and he's carted away. And is this the last we see of The Rock? Who knows? But now we have the main event, the big one. The Dynasty make their entrance, their authority-like entrance, They're brazen, they're powerful, they're individuals, they're the CEOs of the company. Or CEOs, the CEO, the COO, the WWE champion, the security, all of this, a lot of business kind of references to, companies and shit, get that real heat going. It's more not really over the top like something like the corporation would be, but it's very clean cut, different to kind of the WWE that I've kind of built around, these different individuals. We don't see Austin's team, come in individually, but, they do, come in and, to the prop, Austin's not on the team, obviously, but he's lending his support. And this match is interesting because the Dynasty come in, and obviously they're cocky, but they are in a tight spot. They need to prove to themselves that they need to be dominant. They need to win this match. If they don't win this match, they look like assholes. It's like when the Authority lost their match. It's over. It's done. Why are you around? If they're going to have to just split up. But their whole goal, obviously, is to keep this control of WWE, and they're set on doing it. And obviously, the counter to that is Austin's team. So the match starts off, we have, the Big Show, and I would probably say Kofi Kingston, who's just fucking furious at everything the Dynasty is. And some very brazen hot tags between the faces. They fucking destroy the Big Show and Kane. Like, they eliminate Kane. It gets tagged in. He's almost instantly eliminated. They you see the battle plan is they want the Big Show. They want Kane because they're the older guys. Those are the easy eliminations, but if you leave them in for too long, while they're going to be tired, they're going to be heavy hitters, and you don't want to have that in that kind of late stage. It's also disproving the whole sports entertainment versus pro wrestling thing. These are smaller guys, but they run circles around Kane, the Big Show, and they eliminate them quickly. So Randy Orton, The Miz, and Triple H, they're just fucking shocked. But then, some kind of Randy Orton shenanigans comes in. He manages to eliminate Evan Bourne regularly, probably cleanly, I'd say. And then you'd have an elimination on, I would say, CM Punk, probably. I'm sorry, not CM Punk. Chris Jericho probably has to roll him up, probably has to do some cheating, maybe leverage on the ropes. Kind of, again, emphasize that cheating. But as soon as he eliminates Chris Jericho, trouble in paradise, there goes Randy Orton. It's 2-3. And, CM Punk comes in, has a stare down with Triple H. They don't touch, just to kind of tease that. Take that for what you will. The Miz and CM Punk go at it. They went at it for, the very beginning of after WrestleMania. So they're pretty much acquainted with going at each other. And The Miz and Triple H, The Miz isn't cheating. The Miz is not cheating. He is straight up wrestling. And that is kind of rewarded when he does, he's doing things like roll-ups and stuff as you would. But that's normal wrestling stuff. He's not, cheating. He's not, no eye-poking, no low blows. It's all just him. And he manages to eliminate CM Punk like this. CM Punk obviously pissed off. And then John Morrison comes in, King of the Ring. They've had a history, obviously. Even in the series with the whole WrestleMania matches, they're going back and forth. Triple H has to tag in, and he manages not to pin any of them. But Kofi Kingston, like a fire of rage, manages to eliminate Triple H. Triple H tries to cheat, maybe do a tights with the roll-up. It gets reversed, roll-up of his own, and Triple H is gone. Kofi just beats the shit out of Triple H on his way out, not to get rage DQ'd, but there's, kind of that. It looks like the Dynasty's plan is all crumbling around itself. It's like, holy shit, this is gone bad for them. And then somebody comes in from the back. No, not from the back. The crowd. And he has a suit on. So you already know that he's part of the Dynasty. And fucking just... He fucking... The Kofi is obviously tagged in now. John Morrison just eats... He gets shit eaten out just on the... just outside the ring. Just probably like a big fucking clothesline. I'm keeping the guy's secret identity. He just is... He's just fucked. And then Kofi turns around. It's too late. The guy, he's going fast. He sees his mark. And he lifts him up. And he gives Kofi the Batista bomb. Batista shows up. Cock shit-eating grin. He fucked Kofi. He fucked them. Oh, I said, why isn't the ref DQ'd? The ref's down at this point. I don't think I shouldn't be needing to say that. I'm a fucking dipshit. And even if he wasn't, down at this point... probably Triple H knocked him down the way out. Even if he did, Triple H is the CEO, so there's obviously all kinds of shit going against him. But he probably puts Morrison through the announce table, because we haven't had an announce table spot yet. And he rolls in Kofi, he rolls in John Morrison, and Punk, like a cocky little shit, pins both of them. 85B, really? Debuted with his badass gimmick, which is pretty good. But yeah, no. Team Dynasty win. They defeat the good team, and that's the end, I would assume, of Stone Cold Steve Austin's run as GM of Raw. The Dynasty had a big game, they had a big talk, but it didn't work out, and now they're fucked. They've won. They control Raw. They did what they set out they were gonna do. It's like John Cena. The bad guys have won in this scenario, and there's nothing really I guess that can stop them. They all pose. Batista's there, posing with everybody. They've outsmarted the faces. You'd expect something like that to happen, but again, sometimes faces just act a little stupid. But then some music hits. Here comes the money. It's Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon comes out, shocker of the night. Everyone is confused. Like Triple H, Stephanie is shocked, Miz is shocked, everyone else is shocked, Batista's shocked. I should have I didn't change his picture, so he's in his suit. Except Triple H. Triple H is just bemused. He's like, okay. We're not doing this McMahon versus McMahon shit anymore, Shane. What are you doing out here? You don't own anything in the company. And Shane goes, you know what, Triple H? I'm right. He panders to the crowd a little before he goes, Triple H, you're right. I'm just going to flat out say it. Cut to the point, you're right. Kind of. I sold all of my stock in this company so I could make a life of my own, and it has worked. But there has been so much shit on here that I just had to come back. And I knew this would happen. I knew the moment you married Stephanie that you would one day do your best to get my father out of his position to take this company over from a McMahon and make it a Levesque company. But you know what? I have 1%. And 1% is not much. But it's enough to keep you from having 100%. I'm not a GM of nothing. I'm not a surprise here. But I'm telling you, I may be one man, but I got a lot of people in the back that are going to support me. I just have a feeling, considering all the things you've just done. I'm going to make life on Raw hell for you. I'm going to make sure you do not win this war. You may have won this battle with Austin, but you're not going to win it against me. I will find a way to crush your dynasty, and that's a fact. I'm coming with you with everything I got. And that is how Survivor Series ends, with the Dynasty squaring off against Shane. Shane didn't get even in the ring. He just staying at ringside. There's literally 7 of the guys there. They're going to beat the shit out of him. And that's how we end Survivor Series. And let's see how it did. 81A. Damn it, that one last match, I should have looked at it. But, I figured with Randy Orton, maybe that's what it was. But you know what? In terms of storyline matches, I really liked this pay-per-view. I booked everything I wanted. I hopefully got it across in a way that made sense. I know it was a little rambly. I do apologize, but, if you don't realize I'm rambling and you're one of the people who's watched from episode 1, you should know that. I sound disappointed, but I'm not. I'm just kind of, it just hitting me now, just all the kind of time I've spent with this, this save and everything. I do want to thank everybody for it. I am currently trying to screen cap this, and I want to say thanks to everybody who watched, and hopefully you tune in to Raw and SmackDown to see where these storylines go. I don't know why I emphasized it much. Fuck you.